Ostatnim razem niestety nie prowadziłam transmisji, ale rozgrywka dalej szła z racji tego, że po prostu miałam problemy z internetem. Więc no niestety nic już na to nie poradzę. Dobra, więc jest pogrzebu nie ma. W 2025 roku placówka GAR prowadziła badania geologiczne. Teraz zdaniem Jensena może ukrywać terrorystów. Agent zdołał przekonać Millera, żeby wysłał go i Shikena z misją zwiadowczą, ale terroryści w jakiś sposób się o tym dowiedzieli. Właśnie, bardzo ciekawe, dlaczego się dowiedzieli i od kogo. Ktoś musiał dać im cynk. Generalnie nie wierzyłabym Millerowi, chociaż mogę się mylić, nie wiem. Może specjalnie nas tam wysłał. Najemnicy w złotych maskach z zaciekawieniem patrzyli, jak Wiktor Marczenko wstrzyknął Jensenowi orchideę, pozostawił na pewną śmierć. Tyle, że Jensen nie zginął. Po wielu godzinach zdołał uciec z bazy, dotrzeć do Chicana i ruszyć drogę powrotną do Pragi. Miał pewność, że zbliża się kolejny atak. Teraz, co bardzo fajne mi się podoba, to jest to, że... Znaczy się podoba. Policja po prostu odstrzela wszystkich... O kurde. Aha, dobra. Już wiem, gdzie jestem. Policja po prostu na ulicach no, strzela do ludzi. Znaczy się fajne, nie fajne. Motyw po prostu fajny. Motyw skradania i innych takich rzeczy. Takie rzeczy to ja lubię. Nie pamiętam. Teraz. Tu mamy jakiś szyb. Ale ja tu kiedyś już byłam. Bo jest safe opróżniony, więc z pewnością. W prawo czy lewo? Idziemy w lewo najpierw. A, wiem. Teraz wyjdę w sklepie gdzieś. Co za kamera wredna, no? Come on. Ach, ksio. Po blisko. Tutaj tak pewnie nikogo nie ma.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated.
Dalej. Dobra.
Access granted.
Coco Chabel, rocznik 1920. Wyborne winko. O, celownik. No, w Palisade Banku to wszystko już jest dawno rozkradzione przeze mnie. znajdę się tam jeszcze. Ale nie teraz, kiedy policja krąży po ulicy i strzela do ludzi. To by było zbyt niebezpieczne. O, to jakaś postać dziwna musi być, skoro jest awatar. Bazę danych, warto by ją przejąć.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Dobra, tak w ogóle jaki jest mój cel misji? Pobocznych nie mam. Irinkę pamiętam uratowałam wraz z tym gościem. Małe K, czy duże K, czy jak mu tam było. Jakieś dziwne ksywki. Aha. Gdzie on jest? A, niedaleko. Chyba już tu ich wszędzie zabijałam.
celém městě platí zákaz vycházení. Kvůli rostoucí
Ludzie, wstawajcie.
Dejte mi pokoj. Nechci, aby si koldové mysleli, že patříme k sobě.
Get the hell away from me! You're the one who caused this! I demand that you let me go! Get out of here!
Policajti přišli o
I
rozum.
have to go
Nemůžu jen
outside.
tak zapítat
I
lidi.
was at a friend's house and my medication is at home. You're nothing but a bunch of fucking shit.
Nie chcę granatów, weź mi go. Zmień.
Then we be done. That's what you want. Leave with me. You're nothing but a bunch of fucking
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Fajne punkty są.
Access granted.
Ale jest ten śmieszny sklep.
Can we be docile?
Adam, it's David. We need to talk. In private.
Nothing's more private than my info link.
I'm not so sure. I've sent a secure vid call number to your smart home system. Get to your apartment and call me.
Kurczę, szybko mi o tym mówisz. Ja się wolę wrócić, najpierw sobie poboczny quest zrobić.
Adam Jensen.
Can you hear me? You have to come quick. He's here.
Who's
Aha, to jest ta.
Who is this?
It's Daria. From the crime scene. Do you remember? I'm at home. The apartment across from yours. Please, hurry.
Ona mi się nie podoba. Bardzo mi się nie podoba.
I knew you would think.
Are you still there? Gary.
My son is only 8. He won't understand what's happened. On what charge?
Chociaż bardzo chcę was uwolnić, ale nie mogę. System gry mi na to nie pozwala, niestety. Czemu mnie to prowadzi?
questi polsaj ti tuvo perimoti.
Biocells, painkiller,
Warm. My Interpol friend, it's dangerous for you to be out in the street. What are you doing here? I was about to ask you the same thing. Oh, the killer is still out there. More victims have turned up. All of them Augs, all harvested. Just like Angela's gun.
So it's the same person doing all this, and we still have no idea who that is.
I'm not sure where all this is going, but I've been looking at old case notes, and it's uncanny. Marek Svobotka, the old harvester, is supposed to be dead, yet this killer seems to... little habits that were never made public. I even called the cemetery just to make sure Svobodka's still dead.
And?
He's dead.
That doesn't explain what you're doing here.
It's still my case, isn't it? And it's still open. I was hoping that maybe Daria suddenly remembered something. What about you? You know very well that your Interpol ID doesn't mean shit tonight. Hell, I should be arresting you right now.
Dahlia called me. She said she was in trouble. She said he was here. Then she got cut off. Is she in there?
I wouldn't know. I knocked and no one answered. I've been worried about her. So she called you, huh?
You know how she feels about cops.
Right. Look, you're not supposed to be outside tonight. I'll take a look around the building. You see if you can find a way inside. Hopefully we're not too late. Just try not to get caught.
Laska coś kręci.
I won't.
Zablokowana, ale jest otwarta. Ale sobie zhampujemy przynajmniej pół terenu.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiate. Access granted.
Zręcznik zamykający postępuje w przypadku zaburzeń psychologicznych. Advanced Neurological. Ktoś tu chyba ma jakieś problemy ze sobą. Całkiem możliwe. Do zastrzyku. No to chyba kocia kuweta. Ona coś mówiła, że ma kota, który jej później zaginął.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated.
15%.
Access granted.
Ale musimy się natychmiast spotkać. Posłuchaj mnie, ja wiem, że oczywiście wy tego nie chcesz. Oczywiście wy się boisz szybko ucieczki. Pamiętaj, że operacja była bardzo skomplikowana. Twój mózg cały czas próbuje przetwarzać sygnały implantu. Proszę cię tylko, żebyś mnie wysłuchała. Rozumiem, że masz wątpliwości co do moich intencji, ale póki co jestem twoją najlepszą, jedyną szansą. Ta ją posadził mnie w aptece w dzielnicy. Aha, to jest ten gościu. On dobre zaplecze pod kątem tego, co ci trzeba, czyli neuropozyna. Proszę cię, przyjdź do mnie, zanim cokolwiek zrobisz, zanim komuś innemu stanie się krzywdy. Drodzy wielbiciele kotów, śmierć kolejnego z nas wywołała we mnie ogromną pustkę. Najpierw Leoni, a teraz to świat jest jak rozbita miseczka mleka, którego nie da się rozebrać. Nie mamy wyjścia, musimy zawiesić nasze spotkanie na czas policyjnego śledztwa. Przytulcie się do swoich milusińskich i siedźcie bezpiecznie w domach. Pamiętajcie też, że w razie potrzeby jestem tylko jedno kliknięcie od was. Miał miał. Zdechy w oknach. Starlight. Piszę, bo jakbym miała spać, to... Ale...
Relax, Brad. God is the mind. He'll set you up.
Witajcie, szefty, cześć. On tu idzie, już tu jest. Drzwi nie pukać, nie pukać, nie. Puk, cześć. Proszę, nie ja.
initiated. Access granted.
We have no business together.
Co ty nie boisz? Może jednak.
We have no... What are you doing here? It's after curfew. It's dangerous.
Serial killers are dangerous. Curfews are just inconvenient.
I beg your pardon?
Daria Mishka. Ring a bell?
I'm sorry, but I'm not at liberty to divulge anyone's personal information.
We both know why I'm here. We can take the scenic route if you want, but if something happens to her because you felt the need to bullshit me...
Just tell the lawyers I'm doing the best I can here. If they were going to send someone, they should have told me. We could have coordinated.
The lawyers, huh? You really need to start filling in the blanks. What was your involvement with Daria? Why did you need her to meet you here?
I used to know that. She was a patient of mine.
Your patient? You mean here at the drugstore?
No, of course not. Before that, when I used to work for Taeyong Medical, big tech corporation. You know it?
Enough to know I don't like where this is going.
I headed a project, the cutting edge of neural science and cellular memory replacement. We dealt with people suffering from severe social disorders. We were making people better by making them better people.
How exactly did you make people better?
We found a way to isolate specific character traits. The idea was to use neural implants with imprints of desirable traits from select individuals and insert them into others who were, how should I say, less gifted. Take a man like yourself, for example. Could have given you a sense of humor.
I'm funny enough as it is. Now how about you tell me what went wrong? Something obviously did.
We were trying to help people. Imagine what it would mean if we succeeded. Anxiety, gone. Apathy, gone. Depression, gone.
Diversity gone, spontaneity gone, individuality gone. But you probably left that part out of your sales pitch.
Daria is responsible for what Daria does. The only reason Taeyong forced me to get involved is because so much is at stake for them. Big brand name to protect. I've met their lawyers, men whose briefcases are filled with broken teeth. You must understand.
I guess I'll just forward that email you wrote to her to the police. Or maybe straight to the media. We'll let them make sense of your involvement in all this.
You sure you don't work for Taeyong Medical? That's exactly what they said. I would be made the center of a show trial if it came to light.
If what came to light?
My job was to address people's deficiencies by integrating donor personality packages. That meant we needed lots of confident volunteers to donate time to our project. As you can imagine, people weren't exactly lining up to have a scrape inside their heads. So Taeyong had to diversify.
Once again, not sure I like where this is going.
Taeyong Medical cut a deal with various penitentiaries. Prisoners who took part in our programs, they got granted little perks, bigger cells, running water. The prisons, they benefited from facility upgrades. It was a win-win.
You implanted the personality traits of prisoners into the mentally unstable? Smart. Let me take a wild guess. Daria's donor was Marek Svobodka, better known as the Harvester.
Oh yeah.
Donor number 698843. All I saw, all I was given was a series of test scores that showed a perfect match. Everything she was missing, he had. Nothing else mattered at the time.
An innocent woman's been turned into a vicious killer, in large part because of a procedure you carried out. I'd say that matters.
Daria wasn't turned into anything. She willingly participated in a procedure. Now she is willingly killing people. You may choose to see a causal relationship between those two things, but let me assure you, it's more complicated.
Save it for the lawyers. What I need to know is how to stop her.
All right. Look. We obviously want the same thing here. Daria has a neural chip installed just above the hairline. She won't let you get anywhere near it. So if you're serious about putting an end to this, you'll have to, you know...
What, kill her?
That would be my preference,
Obezwładnić.
yes. Or, I suppose you could just incapacitate her, but then you run the risk of having her wake up. Not a risk I would take personally.
Obezwładnienie w sumie nie powinno być żadnym problemem, tak mi się wydaje. No kurde. Nie wiem. Coś, co nie wiąże się z koniecznością zaatakowania jej.
There must be another way. Something that doesn't involve
Nie chcę jej
attacking her.
zabić, skoro ma wszczepiony ten chip cały.
I wish I could help you. Unless you're willing to meet violence with violence, Daria's not a victim. Chip or no chip, she is behind this, and she will try to attack you no matter what you do.
Pierdzielisz.
She must be held
Co za
accountable.
paradoks, sam sobie zaprzeczasz.
Maybe. But I
Co
still
właśnie
think you're
powiedziałeś
hiding
wcześniej.
something.
Look, I'm the only one who can analyze the data and find out exactly what went wrong. Make sure this never happens again. Please, you must agree to incapacitate Daria and remove the chip. Bring it back to me and I promise you will be compensated.
We'll see.
Does... Dangerous to be out in the streets tonight. We have no business.
God of the mind. He'll pick you up.
Jest tak ciemno, że ja tu nie widzę. Co? Stan wojenny w Pradze, wszyscy są winni. Generalnie tak nie chcę zabijać tej dziewczyny, skoro ma chip wszczepiony czy coś.
Oh, thank God. I knew you'd find me. We must hurry before he comes back.
Before who comes back? The man who killed Angela Gunn?
Yes. He knows you're after him. He wanted you to come.
So where is he?
Oblefujmy troszkę.
He's everywhere. Can you not feel his presence? Are you not scared?
Why did he bring you here? What does he want?
He's using me to get to you. He thinks that by removing your augmentations, he can make you whole again. Quickly, come closer. Help me to get out, and then deal with him. Please, I beg you.
I need to know where he is first. How long ago did he leave here? Which way did he go?
You've got to be joking. We don't have time for all these questions. If he knows I spoke to you, he will kill me. Please, my ankle. Come closer. You must help me escape.
Ale ja nie chcę jej zabić. Jak ją zaatakuję, ja wiem, czy jej nie zabiję.
You can drop the act, Daria. I know what's going on here. I know there's no one else out there. I ran into an old friend of yours. The name Cipra mean anything to you?
You mean Dr. Cipra? Where did you dig him up?
He's worried about you.
He's worried about himself. He's worried about Taiyong Medical. They're willing to kill to cover things up, to preserve their precious
Teraz
image.
siła perswazji
Their
będzie.
reasons are savage
Trzeba
compared
będzie ją
to mine.
przekonać gadką pewnie. Uwierz mi, nie chcesz tego.
I don't believe this is who you are. Something changed in you after Cipra's surgery. Made you do things you would never have done otherwise, for reasons that aren't your own. But it's not too late.
Don't be so naive. I am who I've always been. Cipra's surgery, all it did was give me access to another man's technique, his courage to follow through.
I can still help you.
You're the one who needs help. Don't you understand that? I can make you human again. I have to make you human again. It's not too late. You need not die, machine.
O, fuck. Mówiąc brzydko. Wow. To będzie ciężkie. Nie chcę cię zabić, kobieto, kurna.
Let me show you how it's done.
Lasery podłączyć.
What I'll make you human again.
Damn it.
We'll save you. Got something for you. Unreliable thing.
Skąd ona to wszystko?
Now you're mine.
Będzie z granatu rzucać.
Let me show you how it's done. Got something for you. I'll make you human. Let me show you how it's done.
Chip neuronowy Darii. Bardzo dobrze. Może to wspomniałam, mówię, że to jestem odpowiedzialny. Problem w tym, że ja nie wierzę, że ty jesteś nim. Sądzę, że ty też w to nie wierzysz. Jesteś dużo bardziej wyrachowana, znacznie bardziej niebezpieczna. Marek Swobotka zabija ze strachu, ale ciebie nie da się osaczyć. Poza tym twoje narzędzia sprawiają, że nie da się pogodzić jego ideologii z swoimi czynami. Kurczę, a może to tak naprawdę nie jest odpowiedzialny ten chip wcale? No hejka, hejka. Kurde, jeszcze raz. Mówię, że to wspomniałam. Mówię, że to jestem odpowiedzialny. Problem w tym, że ja nie wierzę, że ty jesteś nim. Sądzę, że ty też w to nie wierzysz. Jesteś dużo bardziej wyrachowana, znacznie bardziej niebezpieczna. Marek Swobotka zabijał ze strachu, ale ty ciebie...
Access granted.
Aha, drugie wejście od góry. I to by było na tyle. Co, koniec misji? A ty wstawaj.
It all makes sense now. Lingering by the crime scene, creeping
No będzie,
around
że to
Daria's
ja.
apartment. I should have seen it sooner.
This isn't what you think, Montag.
You killed her because she figured out who you really are.
Daria's unconscious. She'll be fine. Your real problem is going to be figuring out what to do with her when she wakes up.
I made the mistake of letting you in on this case,
Ah,
of giving you access to her. No more lies. Are you going to confess to what you are or not?
You're jumping to conclusions again, Montag. You need to believe what I'm telling you about Daria. And you need to let me leave here so we can both continue looking for the answers we need.
Turn that shit off! I've been a cop for 35 years. You don't think I can spot someone trying to pull that social augmentation crap on me? I swear to God, another false move like that and I will shoot you!
Nie chcę mu oddać Jeepu. Argumentu.
Daria lured me here. She wanted to save my soul by removing my augmentations. Just like she saved Angela Gunn and God knows how many others.
Daria Mishka? All this time pretending to be a dead serial killer? Nah, bullshit!
I know it's not easy to believe, but it does start to explain some things. Daria didn't just happen to see Angela's murder. She was there because she killed her. And she wanted me to get involved because she was already targeting her next AUG.
Daria wanted you involved because she didn't like cops, and because she was scared. Apparently, she had every reason to be.
Kurde, jak poinformuję, to znowu jego wkopię. Ale z drugiej strony ta jego cała działalność nie była dobrym pomysłem, więc kurde. To też by było dobre.
Remember how sure you were about Johnny Gunn? You went straight for whatever seemed most obvious without taking the time to ask questions. Don't make the same mistake here.
I was strong-armed to go after Johnny Gunn. The department was sure that he killed her.
But we both know now that he didn't. The obvious answer wasn't the right one.
All right. I'll have plenty of time to get my facts straight. After I arrest you.
Nie masz takich uprawnień.
We're wasting time. The answers we're missing are still out there. In Daria's apartment, in her past, at the old crime scenes. Those are the things you need to be focusing on right now.
What's your hurry? If Daria was the killer all along, as you claimed, then there's no immediate risk of another murder. When we were working the Angela Gunn crime scene, when someone else was my primary suspect, you wanted me to take all the time in the world
Ja pierdzielę.
to make
co za
sure
gość.
we got everything right. But now you can't wait to get out of here.
Aresztowanie mnie nie wchodzi w grę, nie masz takich uprawnień.
This is as big a break in a case as you can get. You may not have all the pieces, but at least now you know what the final picture looks like. We need to work backwards. Re-examine the evidence in light of Daria being the killer.
In order to do that, I would have to take your word on what happened here. I would have to trust you. Under the circumstances, I'm not sure that's possible.
I'm starting to think you never trusted me. You brought me in on your case to keep me close. You let me wander around Daria's apartment to see where I would go. I was your main suspect all along.
Either paranoia's gotten the better of both of us, or you're just trying to muddle things. You want me to let my guard down so you can do to me what you did to her. Well, that's not happening.
Nie wyszło. Dobra, czytelne. Dobra. Nic nie masz. Misja się zaktualizowała. Nie, tak nie może być. Nie podoba mi się
you
ten
able to see my
rozwój.
coordinates?
Give me a sec. What's this about?
There are two unconscious people down here. A woman named Daria. She was involved in those harvester killings. She needs to be taken in. There's also a cop.
Jesus, Jensen! What is it you think I do? Cyber crimes, remember?
I'm asking because I trust you. Got enough to worry about with the curfew.
All right, but do me a favor and get out of there, and don't mention this to anyone, not even me. Chang's got this.
Dobra, zróbmy tak. Nie udało mi się go przekonać, ale mam chip. A ten chip mogłabym zanieść tamtemu doktorkowi. Ale co on z nim zrobi, to kurde, już nie wiem. Dobra, jak tak było, to niech tak będzie. Będę nic zmieniać, pierdziele. Chodzić na nowo zadać się. Też z drugiej strony policja może mnie szukać znowu. Trzecia osiem. Znaczy się 12. Tu mam złą godzinę ustawioną.
Allah can never give up their reins.
Oh God, I hope they don't catch us. It will be straight.
Jak się dostaną?
Kto mi taki burdel w domu zrobił? Mówiąc brzydko. Nieładnie. Oglądaj telewizję.
Adam, good. We need to talk, son.
What's going on, Seraph? Why the secure VidCall number?
I looked into Facility 451. It was a processing clinic, one of dozens set up after the incident to help augmented people recover. It was supposed to be places to heal, but they were run more like prison camps.
And?
And I don't think you got your new AUGs there. You said rescue teams dumped you in that clinic shortly after Panchaea collapsed, but your name doesn't appear on its entry logs. And it doesn't appear on any survivor recovery lists either.
They said I was a John Doe. Nobody knew who I was.
It wouldn't have been hard to find out. Your augmentations have serial numbers. Or at least the ones I had installed into Adam Jensen did.
Are you suggesting all my AUGs are new? Even the ones you gave me?
I'm not suggesting anything. I'm telling you, all the AUGs we ever installed had registry codes, and they're not hard to trace.
I know my AUGs, Seraph. It took 2 years for my body to get used to them, to unlock all their potential.
2 years? Really, Adam? One of which you don't remember because you were allegedly in a coma in Alaska. Look, son, all I'm saying is it wouldn't have been hard to identify you, but for some reason, that never happened.
Why are you so sure I didn't get these AUGs in Alaska? Orloff was there. I spoke with him.
You said he was using an alias, McFadden. I looked into it. Casper McFadden didn't exist until the day you regained consciousness, which was 1 month before you escaped the facility.
Okay, so where was Orloff?
Not in Alaska. He was with Tai Young Medical for a while, and in the spring of 2028, his name pops up once or twice in the Baltic region. Then he dropped off the grid, and McFadden shows up.
So what does that prove? Orloff is McFadden, and McFadden is Orloff. None of it connects him to me.
Except for the AUGs which Orloff designed and nobody else knows how to install, let alone make compatible with a competing system.
What are you trying to tell me, Seraph?
I'm sorry, Adam. There's not much more I can say. There's some conclusions you have to make for yourself. All I know is the deeper I dig, the more questions I have. Orloff might have had answers, but as soon as you found out he was in Prague, that he'd been visiting Prague periodically ever since you started working with TF-29's division there, somebody killed him. You tell me what it all means.
I can't. Not yet.
Well, if you ever do find out, give me a call. Until then, take care of yourself, Adam. Be careful.
Thanks for the help, Seraph.
Koniec pobocznych.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
A to był ten kultysta jakiś czy coś. Czy to nie to?
You need to fizz me up. You want Praxis, eh? Biocell, hypostim, painkiller. Get out of here, then.
Nic nie usuwałam.
Delara, what are you doing here?
Is that going to become our standard conversation starter?
I'm serious, Delara. It's dangerous outside. Non-essential staff should be home. How did you even get...
Ouch. Non-essential.
I just meant...
Work with me, Adam. I was trying for a little levity. Truth is, watching Picus News, hearing that the mobs were getting closer to the city, I was reminded of... Let's just say I thought being 3 stories below ground was better than staying in my apartment. So, I called in a favor and got state police to escort me in. Listen, I can tell something big is happening, so I don't want to keep you.
You doing okay, Delara?
Look, Adam, I didn't tell you why I left Lim International. That I was in session with a patient when the incident hit, and that I was...
You were attacked.
Her name was Madeline. She was 13. A really sweet kid. One minute we were talking, laughing actually, about something silly I'd said, and the next she was...
It was a terrible day. For everyone.
After I fought her off, she just stared at me like she was totally aware, you know, but not in control. God, Adam, I could see in her eyes that Some part of her was still in there, locked away. And she was terrified.
Delara, I'm sure the girl...
Madeline. Her name was Madeline. You know the part that I'll never forget, though? The thing that keeps just replaying in my mind over and over? Right before she jumped out of my office window, I could swear she was crying.
Believe me, Delara, I know how you feel. You know what I think? I think we're stronger than that day. I think the scars we carry are like armor now.
Like armor? I like that. Guess I just got a little spooked, you know?
I understand. But regardless of the reason, you took a risk coming back here. These are dangerous times for everyone.
You don't need to worry about me, Adam. I'll be fine. I'll just hunker down in my office until the storm passes. Besides, I hear I have a very comfortable couch.
Just take care of yourself.
I always do.
Tell me about it. It's like herding cats.
This is moving way too fucking fast.
The NSN is down again. I contacted the manufacturer. They just told us to redo.
I've got 3 separate reports that suggest Art's next target is anywhere in the U.S.
You understand we are trying to stop terrorists here. I understand that, but I have agents scattered. You made it. Hell of a time for a lockdown.
More like convenient, given everything that's happened in this investigation so far.
What does that mean?
They knew I was coming. Marchenko and the gold mask from Dubai. Somebody tipped them off.
Are you accusing me?
Czy ja to powiedziałam?
I'm not accusing anyone, yet. But 2 ambushes in less than a month? I want to know what's really going on.
So do I. McCready dug into Garm. Started out as a geological research center, funded by the European Union, until 2025, when it was purchased by a nameless shell company.
Chyba już wiem, kto jej cynk dał.
That kid scares me.
Ta pani
Tracked it
psycholog.
back to Bell Tower Associates in under an hour.
I take it no one purchased it when Bell Tower went bankrupt last year.
Wewnątrz musi to być.
Wasn't even listed
Bo
on
jakby
the
inaczej.
asset sheet. So like I said, you stumbled into something big. Care to focus on figuring out what it is? Chicane debriefed me while you were flying back. Leon sent in a strike team. Got there about an hour after you two slipped out.
And the mercs were gone.
Did a pretty good job of trashing the place before bugging out, and left a few booby traps behind. So we have no idea where they went or what they're planning next.
Not necessarily. I heard Marchenko talking to his men. He said something about finalizing a deal with Diwali.
We need to move on this now. I'll get a search warrant for that old Diwali-owned theater on Zardibi Adlam Street.
You really think we have time for a search warrant?
No, but with the city under lockdown, I can't guarantee you'll make it over to the Red Light District alive.
I got here, didn't I? Nobody's killed me yet.
All right, fine. I won't stop you. Just be careful out there, Jensen. Let me know what you find.
Copy that.
You do understand you're trying to stop terrorists here. I understand
All remaining personnel are encouraged to stay ahead.
You shouldn't be outside tonight, Adam. Prague is no longer safe.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. I'm looking at a police barricade right now.
They will not let you pass. But I can help with that. I suggest you take cover.
Eliza, what do you have in mind? So,
now is your chance to get past them. Be careful, Adam. I do not want to lose you again.
Jensen, you still alive out there?
Yeah, just made it to the red light district. Any luck with that search warrant?
State police aren't even taking my calls. I'm afraid you're on your own this time.
Story of my life. But I got it, don't worry. Miller, Duvalli owned most of the apartments surrounding the old theater, isn't that right?
Yeah, and they're very possessive of them. So if you're thinking of getting in that way,
it's gone a little further than just thinking.
Then expect it to zip straight past peaceful negotiation the minute they see you.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
said Marchenko needed to finalize a deal, right?
With the Davari, yeah. Not a lot to go on, I know.
Maybe not. But these guys are the best smugglers in the world, which means a lot of forged paperwork. You might find something in the Kingpin's office.
Assuming we can find that.
initiated. Access granted. Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Not right now. Actually, not ever. Nice coat. That's quite a look.
Trace program initiated. Access granted. Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
that? Check it out. Can you believe this guy?
Ciekawe, jak mnie zauważyli.
You're going to regret it if you don't get back up.
Boss. My aching head.
Look like this.
I like this.
Dziura w kibelku zrobiłam.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
What are you fucking dick?
O tak.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
You looking for a good time, sweetie?
Trace program initiate. Access granted. Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted. Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Miller, Marchenko is targeting the Safe Harbor Convention in London.
Jesus, there'll be hundreds of people there.
How fast can we move on this?
I'll warn London and get Mac working on a mobilization plan for them. You go home. We'll contact you there.
Alex, they are hitting London. The Diwali agreed to smuggle weapons and the Orchid into Apex Center.
Fuck, man, they want to take out Brown. He's their real target. I've been digging into him.
Get to my apartment. Explain it to me there.
Kurczę, nie zauważyłam tego.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
How long do we continue this search? Come with me.
The boss will just yell at me either way.
Why are you wasting our time? This device says you get shot before control's over. Something is happening. I don't know what.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiate. Access granted.
We got it wrong, Adam. Brown's financial prospects aren't as rosy as we thought. He stands to lose trillions if the Human Restoration Act passes.
It doesn't make any sense. Millions of displaced Augs will flock to Rabia.
And the city can't support them. Brown's been selling investors a pumped-up dream. The corporate city-state where like-minded individuals govern themselves while investors reap the profits.
Kinda goes against the idea of a one-world government.
Yeah, and if it fails, so does Brown, the Santo Group, and anyone else standing in the Illuminati's way.
So they want to kill a competing dream and get rid of their augmented problem in one fell swoop. I take it Brown's been campaigning against the act?
And unlike Rucker, he's got the money and influence to stop it.
What about the orchid sample I gave you? Marchenko's smuggling more of it into London. Were you able to analyze it?
That's some pretty sick shit, man. As far as we can tell, it targets a specific protein sequence in the body and deletes it. But without that sequence, the immune system goes into overdrive, attacking and rejecting critical organs within minutes. Rucker's death must have been horrible.
It was. The way it hit him, it looked like his augmentations were being forced out of his body. Like he was experiencing a ramped-up form of rejection syndrome.
The orchid's an Aug killer? How did you survive it?
I suspect it's an everyone killer. But something in my DNA must be resistant to it. My body doesn't reject augments, Alex. I've never needed neuropathy. Maybe that's the key.
No neuropathy dependency? Jesus, how's life at the top, man? You gotta be what, 1 in a billion? Still, don't go testing this theory out. You might not be so lucky next time. Darknet posted pictures of Rucker's corpse. If Brown and all his elegant fancy potential investors get dosed, and Picus News broadcasts images of them, it's gonna send a message.
I'd better warn Miller. You can stay here if you want, till the curfew's lifted.
I can take care of myself. But when the task force hits London, keep me in the loop. Not sure what I can do, but... good luck, Adam. And be safe.
Miller, it's Jensen. Is McCready still working on that plan for London? Because there's another variable to consider.
You can brief him yourself at TF-29's airfield. We're mobilizing.
Copy that. How do I get there?
Damn curfew's still in effect. So if you can get to Chicane's place, he'll fly you to it. Miller out.
Musiała zapasy zrobić. Ale ten tutaj za wiele nie ma.
Painkillers, right over there.
You need a pick. You want Praxis?
Kurde, tam tu nic nie ma. Przeciwpancerne by mi się przyda. Hello. Here's Poland. Bieda. Teraz będzie trzeba się przedrzeć
I'm good.
do punktu, gdzie będę mogła kupić coś więcej.
Never thought this kind of shooting would get boring. My life. Where is it going to go?
Co mi się tu zacznie?
Never thought this kind of shooting would get boring. Never thought this kind of shooting would get boring. Welcome back.
Jestem na europozyny chyba. No właśnie.
Is that all the info you need? Excellent choice. Sophisticated.
I'm watching. No fun. Need to clear out.
Anonimowa wiadomość od podejrzanego handlarza informacjami wygląda na dzieło mięśniaka 2 i z dość typowymi problemami z kontrolowaniem gniewu. Raczej nie wysyłał swojego uroczego zaproszenia z myślą o kimś takim jak ja, ale jak mógł odmówić? Jest tylko jedno miejsce, w którym się dwali panuje najdaleko święta harmonia. Przecież byłam tam przed chwilą. Zamówienia online. Fajny z wersji live. Czego się muzyka zmieniła?
You heard it? Brad. Thank you. Start hunting for him. Investigate.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted. Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.